Welcome to All In from KNSU Television on the campus of Nichols State University. I am your host, Brogan Burns. Nichols has been experiencing Wi-Fi issues on campus. Here's KNSU reporter Jackson Morrow with more on the story.
Getting coursework done on campus is often difficult or impossible if you need the internet. Wi-Fi strength has been a minor issue with students this semester. Now it has become a major issue.
I have a lot of problems sometimes submitting assignments, a lot of delays in typing and stuff. It gets a little frustrating here and there.
It's just very, very slow. Rarely does it ever not work at all, but it's very slow.
Speedtest.net has 6 classification of Wi-Fi speed. Below 5 millibytes per second is considered slow and is only good enough for email and social media. 5 to 20 millibytes per second is better, but still not good. You can watch HD videos at this speed. 20 to 40 millibytes per second is solid, but still not considered to be good. At this speed, you can stream 4K video and some online gaming. 40 to 100 millibytes per second is considered good. You can stream any video and even stream HD games. 100 millibytes per second and up is fast. Multiplayer gaming and huge file downloads are possible. The final category from speedtest.net is anything over 1 gigabyte per second. They consider this to be too fast and will allow you to do anything you want on multiple devices.
Every building on campus has students on multiple devices using Wi-Fi at any given time. I went to a number of buildings on campus to check the speeds. This is what I found.
The slowest Wi-Fi on campus was found in Elkins, Powell, and in the dining hall. No signal was detected. Better but still not good speeds of less than 20 millibytes per second were found in Talbot Hall, Pelche Hall, Scholars Hall, Babington Hall, and Millet Hall. Good speeds of 40 to 100 millibytes per second were found in parts of the Student Union, Go Hall, White Hall, and in the Culinary Building. If you want the fastest speeds on campus, you need to go to Kilgan Hall, Hill Hall, and the library. The fastest speed on campus was 160 millibytes per second in the Union. The Wi-Fi problem has not gone unnoticed by the administration. In an email addressing the issue, Nichols Chief Information Technology Officer Sam Cagle wrote this. In general, Wi-Fi within all academic buildings is greatly oversubscribed. Academic buildings have not been upgraded in Wi-Fi quantity or quality since 2015 through 2019. The sheer increase in the number of Wi-Fi devices used in academic buildings in the last 5 years is enough to significantly degrade performance. For example, we regularly see peaks ranging from 500 to 700 simultaneous unique Wi-Fi devices in Hill and Talbot halls during classes and peaks of 1,400 to 1,600 simultaneous Wi-Fi devices in Pelche Hall. Cagle goes on to say that it would cost approximately $70,000 per building to upgrade Wi-Fi for buildings like Hill and Talbot halls, closer to $100,000 for Pelche Hall. The administration are looking at different sources of funding. KNSU Television will keep you up to date on when and if the issues will be resolved. This is Jackson Morrow for KNSU TV.
It's homecoming week and events are heating up. Today, the Rockin' Red Fest is taking place in the library parking lot at 5 p.m. Also today, BSU is hosting a breast cancer panel at 6:15 p.m. in the Bollinger Sisters Suite. Tomorrow, the Wear Red Get Fed event is taking place in the quad at 11 a.m. The NAACP is hosting their annual homecoming fashion show tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the Cotillion Ballroom. On Thursday, the Tillu t-shirt swap will take place at 11 p.m. in the quad. Later that evening, BSU will be hosting their annual BSU Thursday with a live DJ at the Wood at 3:15 p.m. Nichols SPA is hosting their annual Live at 5 at the Rec Center at 5. Hero races will take place Friday at 4 p.m. at the Bayou Side. Later that evening, Nichols Bon Vin will take place at 6 p.m. at the Danos corporate headquarters. On Saturday, the homecoming tailgate will take place in the tailgate area at 10 a.m. Homecoming week wraps up Saturday when our football team takes on McNeese at John L. Guidry Stadium at 3 p.m. Nichols' 2024 Homecoming King and Queen will be announced during halftime. Be sure to come out and cheer on the Colonels and make Guidry Stadium the hardest place to play in the country on Saturday. Food Truck Friday goes around the world. The food truck class from the Chef John Folse Culinary Institute is opening Kimbo's Kitchen. The three options include fried pork empanadas from Latin America, cheese stuffed bratwurst from Germany, chicken tacos from Mexico, and an Asian New Orleans fusion dessert, Bananas Foster egg rolls. They will be serving this Friday from 11:30 to 1 in the Culinary Building Park. Now let's take a look at other universities. A parade was held Saturday in Washington, D.C., featuring the university's Showtime March Band, local school band, float, cheer and dance team, and more. Thousands of students and alumni have gathered for the week-long festival. 5 students at the University of Alabama are facing charges following alleged hazing incident at a fraternity earlier this fall. The alleged incident occurred at the Pi Kappa Phi fraternity house in Tuscaloosa on August 25th and August 28th, according to court documents. Pledges were on their hands and knees while being pushed, stepped on, and had items thrown at them. In another incident, the pledges were doing wall sit and push-ups while being yelled at by fraternity members. Both incidents were allegedly captured on video. All 5 students have been charged with hazing and are out on bond. In a statement, the university says strictly prohibits hazing and an investigation is on. Now we are going to take a break.
To stop impaired driving in South Louisiana, we all have a part.
I'm going to do my part too.
I'm not going to insist that you have just one more before you leave the bar.
If I think you're impaired,
I'll take your keys. Anytime you've been drinking, just sleep on my couch.
I'll be the designated driver tonight.
I'll call a cab if you need one.
I'm not going to drink and drive.
Please, do your part too.
I should have done my part, and because I didn't, I lost my best friend.
Join our Safe Community Partnership.
Well, yes, sir. We'll get right on that. I'll see you in the morning, okay? All right, bye. I'm going to need you to pull the 2 coordinates for the DOQQ. TLU Communication needs to build a new tower to fill a gap in their cell coverage, and they're going to need a clear line of sight between that tower and their antenna.
I'm downloading the DTM for a cross-section view.
We're going to have to get that hill ground truth to find out what's there.
There's a field crew in that vicinity. I can make the call.
Okay, what do you need? We have a mature pine plantation about 60 feet tall.
There's a clear line of sight at 175 feet and above. That's how tall they'll need to build.
All right, looks good. Print it off. All right, here's the information on the hill we were looking at. It seems perfect for your new tower.
We'll start construction immediately. Thanks for getting this so quickly. In the past, we'd have to wait weeks.
You gotta love modern geomatics.
More like geo magic. We need boundary and topographic survey.
Mama, mako, 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 mako.
A train carrying chemicals came off the rails near Donald. Jordan Ponzio has the story.
Around 7 a.m., a cargo train headed to Livonia from New Orleans jumped the tracks in Donaldsonville along LA 3089. It's still unclear what caused the accident.
Just looking at the rails, you can see that it seemed like the rails themselves were compromised in some kind of way. But no official word has been given on what happened.
WBRZ was told 3 of the train cars were leaking a chemical used to stabilize chlorine used in swimming pools. Officials say none of the leaks are a threat.
There's no leakage that is causing any hazards to the community of Donaldsonville at this time. Everyone is safe.
Commander Cody Malosson with the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office Hazardous Materials Team said deputies are working with the State Police Hazmat Team and Union Pacific to clean up both the leaked material and the derailed train cars.
We just got to get the rail cars back on the tracks and get the site cleaned up, and we're trying to work on that as soon as possible.
The Livingston Parish Fair just wrapped up, but there are complaints over one of the prizes reportedly being handed out. Georgia Peck has been digging into this. If you go to the parish fair with your kids, you'll probably walk away with a stuffed animal or two. But at the Livingston Parish Fair, the Humane Society of Louisiana tells me some families were walking away with animals, causing some concern.
And we really want to have our state be considerate and compassionate to animals and not have them be this discarded throwaway trinket.
Jeff Dorson, executive director of the Humane Society of Louisiana, says since the start of the Livingston Parish Fair, he's been getting reports of rabbits and other animals being given out as prizes.
Now, we also had reports that kids were absolutely abusing rabbits at the fair itself. They were throwing it like a football. Tell me what rabbit would enjoy that in a loud, scary environment surrounded by all these foreign noises and lights.
Dorson says veterinarians tell him rabbits they treat from fairs are often malnourished and injured. And he says most families aren't prepared for the time and expense that goes into caring for them.
You just don't throw it in your backyard. So you need an exercise pen, bedding, a water bottle, maybe a heat lamp. Your 8-year-old daughter brings home a rabbit and say, "Hey, Mom and Dad, now what?" And the novelty quickly wears off. Who at 9 o'clock on a Friday night has all that when you come home with these animals?
Dorson says the Humane Society spoke with the fair board a few years ago and thought they had agreed to stop. But Dorson says nothing has changed.
We were under the impression that they stopped this practice, so we were rightfully horrified to learn that no, they're continuing in spite all the objections from virtually every humane society in the state and region.
We also reached out to one family who received a rabbit as a prize this past week. They say the rabbit is being well taken care of and that they had to be 18 or older and sign a waiver to get it. But Dorson says that's still not enough. He says the Humane Society plans to do a year-long campaign and boycott until they see a commitment to change in writing.
So they still give away hundreds of all these animals. Some may work out, the majority don't. We know that because we see them in city parks. The vets tell us that it's not working out, and the parents are sometimes unhappy. So why even take that risk?
We are going to take a break, but when we get back, Connor Gisclair will join the show to talk sports.
Do you love nickels? Do you love football? Do you have a Colonel card? Then you can get in free to any Nichols home football game by showing your Colonel card at the gate. Come to the game, get in free, and cheer on your Colonels to victory. For more information about home football games, visit GoColonels.com.
Tailgating in Louisiana is punishable by a hefty fine. This is followed by rising insurance costs and a possible loss of a driver's license. Wouldn't you rather spend your money on clothes, entertainment, food, books? We believe you'd rather spend your money elsewhere.
This message is brought to you by the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development.
Every year, thousands of tons of litter are thrown from our cars onto the unsuspecting wildlife below. Polluting our wetlands and cluttering our forests. Please reconsider and don't litter. You're only killing our wildlife.
Welcome back. I am joined here by honored Displayer.
Last week, Nichols beat Northwestern State 20-0. KNSU reporter Jackson Morrow and I were there. Nichols State University Colonels took on Northwestern State University Demons in the battle for the real NSU.
The Colonels hoisted the NSU trophy as time expired after defeating the Demons 20-0.
Nichols looked to bounce back this week after their loss to UIW. Nichols linebacker Jake D'Amato made his presence felt early with his first sack of the day.
But Jake, you tell me he had 3, it looked like he had 33.
Yeah.
He was all over the field. I mean, they couldn't block him. He played at a different level. He stepped it up. But
Nichols quarterback Pat McQuaid got the offense rolling when he found Scrappy Osby on this completion to jumpstart the Colonels. That play led to this McQuaid passing touchdown to running back Mikael Brock. D'Amato got his second sack of the day on this play.
Oh yeah, I would never, not gonna lie, I would never expect that I would be linebacker right now sitting saying I had 3 sacks, but Coach Rebo, he trusted me to make the switch, and just him having that confidence in me to just make that switch, that's all I really needed.
Northwestern State was held to 46 yards on offense, including this 21-yard fake punt. Their momentum was halted after D'Amato found the QB for his 3rd sack of the half.
You want on your team. That's who you want fighting with you in your corner. So just a testament to him and all the hard work that he's done. And I'll be doggone if he goes out and switches positions as a linebacker this year and just having the season he's having. And you know, I'm looking forward to see what the future holds for him because it's going to be really, really good. So.
Nichols got a key takeaway when linebacker Eli Ennis stripped the ball away from Northwestern receiver Ty Moore.
But, I mean, Eli Ennis, he's another great, I mean, he had another strip fumble today. So it's not just me, it's this whole defense. And we have such a special group.
That takeaway led to this Gabe Showalter field goal. Running back Colin Guggenheim reached the 3,000-yard mark for his career.
Just to pay back to a great city, man. I mean, I tell everybody this, and I don't just say but Thibodaux is just a great city with a great crowd, great community. So just to be able to go out there and perform these last 4 years, just for them, has meant everything to me.
Nichols looked to get another win against McNeese next week for homecoming.
back to work on Monday for another big conference game next week.
Reporting for KNSU, I'm Connor Justclair.
And I'm Jackson Morrow.
Connor, can you tell me what you saw at that game on Saturday?
First off, the defense really stood out to me. One player in particular was Jack D'Amato. He had 10 sacks, 10 tackles, and 3 sacks. That earned him Southland Conference Player of the Week. And then on offense, Colin Guggenheim stood out to me. He had, for his career, he rushed for over 3,000 yards. Yeah, that was his 10th game in his career for over 100.
Colonel really played over 32 passes in that game.
For me, what stood out to me was Northwestern. They really stacked the box, so they were almost forced to pass. They couldn't establish their own game up the middle like they normally do.
Just ran the clock out right there.
Yeah,
for that win.
and you got to give it up to Showalter. He had a couple really good kicks that got their lead, and they kept it.
5 Nichols alums are going into the Hall of Fame. The athletic department added 5 student athletes at its 2024 Hall of Fame class. Cassidy Barrios played basketball from 2015 to 2019. She is the first player to earn Southland Conference Player of the Year. Barrios was the only Colonel to receive 2 first-team selections. She was Louisiana Sports Writers Association Player of the Year in her final 2 seasons. She also took home Southland Conference Student Athlete of the Year in 2 consecutive years. She set Nichols' records for career points and blocks. She finished her career second in rebounds and steals, and third in assists. Barrios led Nichols to his first SLC tournament championship, where she was named MVP.
Roderick Cole played running back for the Colonels from 2004 to 2007. He was Southland Freshman of the Year in 2004. Roderick was All-Southland First Team in 2005 and 2007. In 2005, he set the single-season record with 13 rushing touchdowns. He was part of Nichols' first SLC title-winning team in 2005. Cole left Nichols as the all-time leading rusher in touchdowns with 33 and was fourth in career rushing yards with 2,111.
Patrick Dolan punted for the Colonels from 2007 to 2010. He was a 3-time All-Southland First Team selection. He was also named to the All-Louisiana First Team twice. Dolan was named SLC Football Student Athlete of the Year in 2010. He left Nichols as the career leader in punting average.
Amanda Gianelli was shortstop for the softball team from 2016 to 2019. She was named to the All-Southland First Team twice. In 2016, she earned SLC Freshman of the Year. Gianelli was a 3-time SLC All-Academic First Team honoree and a 2-time All-Louisiana selection. She left as the record holder for career RBIs.
Megan Landry was a pitcher for the Colonels softball team 2016 to 2019. She was All-Southland Conference and was named SLC Pitcher of the Year in 2018. She made NFCA All-Regional Third Team twice and was a 2-time All-Louisiana honoree. Landry was named Softball Conference Softball Student Athlete of the Year in 2017. Left Nichols as the all-time leader in wins with Landry and Gentiloni led Nichols to the regular season championship and a 40-win season in 2018. Now, let's take a look at the Saints. Last Thursday, former Saints head coach and the Denver Broncos beat the Saints in the Superdome. Spencer Rattler hit before he throws and fumbles the ball over to Denver. Fumbles the ball over to Denver. Score 3-0. Will Lutz makes the 32-yard field goal to make the score 6-0 Denver. Javonte Williams goes into the end zone, untouched for the 8-yard touchdown. Score 13-0 Denver. Bo Nix on the keeper and gains 32 yards down the sideline. Score 19-3 Denver. Javonte Williams scores 5-yard touchdown. Score 26. Spencer Rattler fumbles the ball as a hit. Cody Barton returns the ball 52 yards for the touchdown. Denver gets the big win over New Orleans, 33-3. Final score, 33-10 Denver. That's all for sports. Now we're going to take a quick break.
Do you love Nichols? Do you love football? Do you have a Colonel card? Then you can get in free to any Nichols home football game by showing your Colonel card at the gate. Come to the game, get in free, and cheer on your Colonels to victory. For more information about home football games, visit GoColonels.com.
Tailgating in Louisiana is punishable by a hefty fine. This is followed by rising insurance costs and a possible loss of a driver's license. Wouldn't you rather spend your money on clothes, entertainment, food, books? We believe you'd rather spend your money elsewhere.
This message is brought to you by the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development.
Mama, mako, 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 mako.
Welcome back to All In Movie News. To start your week, here's David Daniel, the Hollywood Minute.
Hello? We were in an accident. Daddy, are we gonna die?
No, it's my job to protect you.
And we were attacked. I think my husband was infected.
Christopher Abbott is going through some changes in the first full trailer for Wolfman. Lee Wanell, the director of 2020's The Invisible Man, returns with a new take on another classic monster movie. Wolfman comes to life in IMAX and other theaters January 17th.
I got a kid who wants someone who speaks Russian.
My Russian is terrible. I can't even roll my R's.
A great start for Anora. This year's Palme d'Or winner, the top prize at the Cannes Film Festival, earned an estimated $540,000 in just 6 theaters in its opening weekend. That's $90,000 per theater, the best average of any movie so far this year. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
For the second straight weekend, a new horror sequel topped the box office. David Daniel has the early estimate for the top 5 films in theaters.
We're going to make sure you have the time of your life.
We Live in Time expanded to moderate release and rose to 5th place, earning $4.2 million. Beetlejuice stayed in 4th place, scaring up $5 million for a domestic total of $284 million. After one weekend on top, Terrifier 3 fell to 3rd on ticket sales of $9.3 million.
A Rosm always completes its task. You're lucky you just have one.
The Wild Robot remained in 2nd place. $10.1 million put the animated adventure over the $100 million mark domestic.
This thing is a parasite.
Smile 2 is the new number 1. The psychological thriller sequel opened with $23 million, almost exactly the same debut total as the 2022 original. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
You may have noticed seeing your favorite artist in concert is getting more expensive, especially when it comes to big names like Taylor Swift. Tickets at times selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Maribel Gonzalez tells us what could be driving these sky-high prices.
We've heard of the term dynamic pricing, where businesses essentially adjust the price for certain factors such as demand. But now fans are having to also deal with rapidly evolving technology inflating the resale aftermarket, one in which the sellers dictate the price and the artist isn't getting any of that profit. Lynn Habis-Reitinger is a self-proclaimed Swiftie.
Since 2006, when Debut came out.
And a determined one. Last year, she traveled from Orlando to Atlanta to try to catch a Taylor Swift show without a ticket secured.
The tickets in Atlanta were going for resale was probably like $500.
Lynn couldn't afford that. Instead, she listened from outside the venue. Now she's seeing her ticketless saga begin again. Tickets for this weekend's Era Tours shows in Miami going for hundreds of dollars on resale sites, some as much as thousands.
I love Taylor so much and I want to be there so badly, but that is such a huge financial burden.
What is driving these sky-high prices? Professor Andrew Mall from Northeastern University says it starts with demand.
We're in this situation because there aren't enough Taylor Swifts, right? This is a market of scarcity at work.
Bots and technology now making it easier for scalpers to purchase lots of tickets at once, but fans are now also reselling tickets as an investment.
There is a way in which we're being asked, what is the value of this experience, especially knowing that we can resell it for a lot of money.
Last month, Coldplay fans in India shocked to find tickets for the band's Music of the Spheres tour being resold for as much as $11,000. The aftermarket prices frustrating buyers around the world.
It's just really heart-wrenching. They go on and buy those tickets up so that they can resell them. They're not fans of them at all.
We reached out to popular resale sites like SeatGeek and StubHub. We only heard back from StubHub, and they tell us they're a marketplace where fans can buy and sell tickets in a safe way, and one in which the sellers dictate the price and the buyers decide ultimately if they want to purchase them. Reporting in Los Angeles, I'm Maribel Gonzalez.
Some X users up in arms after the social media company changed its terms of service to let its AI train everyone's posts. On X, artists and others in creative roles are concerned about their work being used to train computers that could someday replace human creators entirely. Other users say they are concerned about personal information and their tweets being used that way. Terms say any users who continue to use X on November 15th will be agreeing to updated terms. It is unclear at this point if users can opt out of their posts being used to train AI.
Today we're here with Nicholsworth Editor-in-Chief Jacqueline Diaz, who is here to talk about the new edition of the Nicholsworth magazine. Jacqueline?
So yes, thank you for having me. Today I'm going to be talking about the newest edition of the Nicholsworth magazine. This is it right here. It's the October issue, and we just came out with it after a bunch of struggles after Hurricane Francine and whatnot. But the theme is Nichols at a glance. So it has all kinds of stories about Nichols overall as a university, such as the university, like the state of it, we'll have the professor that just passed away from the culinary department, student spotlights, SPA homecoming, and a bunch of other things. And it's available across all campus buildings and Nicholsworth stands that are like just at the entrance.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Students and everyone else in this community, make sure you go get your new edition of the new Nicholsworth magazine.
That is all we have for today. Join us next week on All In, a production of KNSU TV and the Kernel Media Group. Once again, I am Brogan Burns.